So Nick Cage has a new movie coming out. Surprise, surprise. This man is doing everything. And honestly, I got to give him a little bit of credit because he takes roles that nobody else will. He'll take movies that nobody else will. He is truly like one of the last few actors that I can think of that truly has a diverse portfolio, is not trying to box himself in. And he's actually not afraid to get a little kooky and weird. He's dabbled in the horror genre before with Long Legs and some other movies and films and stuff that he's done. This new one that is labeled as fall of 2025 is called The Carpenter's Son. They just released an official teaser for it, and it's about 22 seconds. There's not a whole lot here, but I'd still like to speculate on it because of the title and what is here, and then the little bit that you do get from the synopsis, I think is interesting enough to talk about, especially as Christians. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check out 22 seconds of The Carpenter's Son. So I wanted to take some time to kind of break this down. I want to watch it again in some like half speed or something like that so that we can really take a look at these shots, because it's only 20 seconds, but there's a lot here to unpack. This by the title and by the synopsis, which is saying that there's this carpenter who has a son. Ha ha ha. See what I did there? But it's this carpenter's son, and there's something happening, and they're trying to figure out, is it demonic? Is it divine? Is it something else? And so what is a lot of the speculation is that this is going to be a horror movie, thriller type thing on Jesus. And I've even heard some reports that it's based on the Gospel of Thomas, which we know is a false, fake gospel. It was written way after most of the canon that we subscribe to as Christians was written. And it contains a lot of really weird things. Like Jesus is unaliving his classmates in like the schools, and he's like blatantly being disrespectful to people, and like really just erring on the side of like, I'm a god, I'm a deity, so you have to do this thing, which is super wild if you know anything about scripture. But anyway, seems like that's what they're playing off of. There's a few different ways that I've read that this could go, and so maybe it goes in a way that is something that's interesting, that still fits within an orthodox kind of framework, but it seems like it's actually going to be doing something different. So before we get into those theories and all of that stuff, let's just check this out again. So you have Nick Cage here, and you have him just kind of taking a look. Obviously, he seems very distraught here. He's raising his hands. This is Mary, I believe. And so this is, obviously, she's in complete distress. He's looking over here, and you see this figure here. Now, this guy is losing his mind. He seems like he's possessed. He seems like he's demonic. This could be two interpretations that I've read. The first one, yeah, still super demonic, super like distraught. Here's the two theories that I've read. The one is that this is a demonic manifestation because we know from scripture that demons trembled at the very name, the very mention, the very presence of Jesus because of his divinity, because God cannot be in relationship or community with demons, and so they knew that they had to get out of the area. So it could be that this is a demoniac who is sensing that Jesus is near, and we actually don't see Jesus on screen. The other aspect, or the other theory, is that this is Jesus himself. If that's the case, this is going to get wonky and weird and crazy. And you see him like, basically he's just like he's super concerned. We have another shot of Mary here, and you see this like real demonic screaming and just the mannerisms and stuff. It doesn't look human. It looks like a zombie, honestly. And if that's Jesus, right? If that's Jesus, then this movie is going to get real weird real quick. And I would go into blasphemous kind of terms. I would not be seeing this. If it's something that stays within orthodoxy, I enjoy horror movies, not like a healthy diet of them, and definitely not like I keep them all the time, but I definitely enjoy what they have to say. As a matter of fact, in a video probably in a couple of weeks, I'm going to be doing a breakdown of one of my favorite horror movies that I think has a lot of biblical ties, and I want to draw this in because I haven't seen people draw those comparisons to that movie. But anyway, that's later on. I think if this stays within orthodoxy and it produces this thing of, man, what would a horror movie look like from a demoniac's perspective, or from people who are looking at Jesus and they don't alter the character or the nature of who Jesus is, and it's more of just like, hey, this is really scary to all of the demons and all of the people who are in opposition of Jesus. That I think is very interesting. If this is Jesus himself kind of manifesting and freaking out, and it's the townspeople worried about what they're going to do about Jesus, because is he demon? Is he divine? Is he this? Is he that? That's going to be a huge problem for me. And that's going to make a lot of people super weary of going to watch this movie, especially if they hold on to their faith tightly. This is going to be controversial. But again, like I said at the beginning of the video, Nick Cage does a lot of these kind of weird, wonky, wacky films. And I think this is a French film. And so I don't know if it's going to be subbed or dubbed or anything like that. I don't even know if it'll get an American release. But it's definitely trying to tie somewhere biblically. And I think we just have to wait and see. I've already seen people on like TikTok and Instagram flipping out because how dare we be this blasphemous? I still hold to this. Hey man, these people are going to make films and movies, and it's going to mock Jesus. That's going to happen. Jesus even warned that. He said people are going to come and they're going to make fun of you. They're going to ostracize you. They're going to belittle you for following me. Like, that's a part of it. I try not to get so caught up in the thing of how dare they do this? Like, it's just the world acting like the world, doing things that they want to do. Like, I get all of that. I don't freak out at this kind of stuff, but as far as what I'm willing to engage in, what I'm willing to maybe check out or watch or not, is going to depend on how they take the character of Jesus and what they end up doing with it. It seems like from this 20-second video, this is my final kind of verdict. It seems like they're going that route of painting an alternate version of Jesus and really drawing from some of those false gospels and some of those false teachings about Jesus and who he was and that kind of stuff. I probably am going to be avoiding this one just because I don't want to support that. I don't want to see that. I don't need that for me. If they do a more orthodox route, I think you're actually dealing with some pretty interesting things here. And really, we don't have good Christian thrillers, dramas, even horror movies. I know that Nefarious came out from Angel Studios that tried to do a little bit of that. Wasn't very successful from what I read. Nick Cage, you never know, man. It's a mixed bag with him. And so let me know, have you seen this? Have you heard of it? What are your thoughts about it? Are you going to see it? Are you excited about it? Let me know in the comments. I'll see you in the next video.